Miami-Dade County, under the leadership of Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, is moving swiftly to expand COVID-19 vaccine distribution to protect our community and move our economy forward. Vaccine supplies are currently extremely limited, and as the state provides more vaccines to the county, we are working hard to distribute them as fast as possible. Register for vaccine updates and get more information at miamidade.gov/vaccine. Get vaccinated, Miami-Dade County. It's our best shot for a strong, healthy community.
Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to this edition of the UM Frost Jazz Hour right here on WDNA's 88.9 FM, the home of Serious Jazz. I'm your host, Marcello Corelli, and I'm very sad to say this will be my final show here at WDNA. I will be on a venture out to California for my master's. Very grateful for everything that the show has done for me. Maggie, Alberto, and many others, Alex, and all the audio people and video crew that's helped me and given me this opportunity to expand and learn something new, get out of my shell a little bit and do some broadcasting. But I'm really excited to do my final show with this amazing band here. We have the Russ Spiegel Group here with Russ on guitar, Jim Gasior on the organ, Pete Brewer on alto saxophone, and my good friend Lucas Apostoleris on the drums. This is a great program entitled, I think Russ told me to say, is called Songs That I Like, Songs I Like. And I'm really looking forward to hearing this program, and no further introduction needed. Here's the Russ Spiegel Group. Yeah, guys. Woo! That was great. Again, you're hearing from Russ Spiegel on the guitar, Jim Gasior on the organ, Pete Brewer on the saxophone, and Lucas Apostoleris on the drums. Man, it's so great to be here. Thanks for joining us, Russ, and bringing us this great music, man.
Oh, it's really my pleasure. When I was asked by Alberto to put something together, because we played here a few times with the organ group, and I was thinking, what could I do that's a little different? And I've always been playing my tunes, and there's so many great tunes by other musicians, and so I thought I'd bring these particular tunes in today.
Cool, man. That's great. So what about these first two? I know the first one was entitled Lakes by Pat Metheny, and the second tune they just played was called Subsequently, composed by Jim Hall. So what makes you really enjoy these two tunes and bringing them in to play today?
Well, as a composer and also as a player, I mean, the things that you really like about music, or that really appeal to me, of course, is melody, harmony, rhythm, and dynamics, the usual stuff. And these particular tunes just really hit it with me for various reasons. Lakes, apart from the harmonic thing where it's like sort of really inside and then the chords go really all over the place, I was doing some research, and I didn't realize, okay, first of all, many of your listeners probably already know this, but Pat Metheny was at the University of Miami.
Yes, he was.
He was there for about a week, and he realized very quickly that he was not an academic, and so he tried to quit. But Bill Lee said, no, why don't you stay on as a teacher? So he ended up staying as a teacher for another year until Gary Burton stole him away to Berklee College of Music.
Yeah.
And when he was down here, he had met Jaco, and he had done Brightside Life. And I didn't realize until I was looking into this particular song, which I listened to when I was at Berklee many years ago, that it was actually his second album that he ever made, and was the first one he did with Lyle Mays and Danny Gottlieb, who were then became the core of the Pat Metheny group. Right. And so this is a tune that I've always just makes me happy. Yeah, just makes me very happy.
Sure. Yeah, man.
And Jim Hall is he's sort of one of the godfathers of jazz guitar. And I just love this creative idea of just having a kind of like one line through a whole tune. And it's fun and it's funny. And it's really a joy to play, and I hope you heard that. Yeah. And I think we should talk about the next two we're going to play.
Yeah, why not? Sure. And then I was going to ask you some questions about your career, but we'll do that after the break a little bit. Yeah, why not? So what do you got up next here?
Okay, so one of the tunes that sort of is in the pantheon of the top jazz standards is the Hoagy Carmichael tune Stardust, and with the lyrics by Mitchell Parrish, who wrote the lyrics later. And some funny things I found about Hoagy Carmichael that I don't think most people know. He started off as a lawyer. He was from Chicago, and he worked in Miami for a year. He failed the bar exam, and he said, screw it, I'm going back to Chicago. And he worked there for a little while, but until he had his first hit. And Stardust goes way back to 1926, and it's a really challenging tune for a musician because it's not a normal harmonic concept. So it was one of those tunes I'd always put off learning. Right. And then I figured, okay, now I have to do it. It's a beautiful tune. I hope I do it justice.
You will. Can't wait to hear it. Stardust by Hoagy Carmichael. What a beautiful rendition of that tune. That was your nice ending there? That was beautiful.
Yeah, I would love to take credit
Man.
for it, but it's of all the versions I was checking out, so many versions of this tune, and one of the most beautiful ones is by the great Mel Torme.
Ah,
And this was something I stole from him.
it was beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Regardless. So we're going to take a brief pause, and we'll be right back in just a few minutes with the Russ Spiegel Organ Group. Be right back.
Miami-Dade County, under the leadership of Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, is moving swiftly to expand COVID-19 vaccine distribution to protect our community and move our economy forward. Vaccine supplies are currently extremely limited, and as the state provides more vaccines to the county, we are working hard to distribute them as fast as possible. Register for vaccine updates and get more information at miamidade.gov/vaccine. Get vaccinated, Miami-Dade County. It's our best shot.
And welcome back to this edition of the UM's Frost Jazz Hour right here on WDNA's 88.9 FM, the home of Sirius Jazz. Again, I'm your host, Marcello Corelli, and it's been such a special treat hearing the Russ Spiegel Organ Group. So I just wanted to talk with you, Russ. How you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. Great to see you again,
sir.
Marcello.
Yes, sir. So I'll make sure I get this right. You've been you've kind of moved around throughout your life. Did you grow up? You grew up in Los Angeles, correct?
Well, in Santa Monica. I was born in Los Angeles, grew up in Santa Monica. That is correct. And then the wanderings began. My father got a job in Germany, so when as a teenager I ended up going to Frankfurt, Germany, and excuse me, and graduating from an American high school in Frankfurt. Because it was on a military base. I did a couple years in Munich at the University of Maryland, Munich campus. Then transferred to the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, where I got my degree, my undergraduate degree in philosophy, not jazz.
Wow.
Although I played in the jazz band, and the great Louis Smith, who was a wonderful Blue Note artist, was actually the band leader. So that was an incredible experience, and especially for me as a fledgling guitar player who barely could know 3 chords and had to play in a jazz band. But then what happened then? Then I went
You got a degree at Berklee College of Music, right? Afterwards, or you got a scholarship?
I got a scholarship to study there. And what ended up happening was, since I already had a bachelor's, I didn't really go there for the degree. I ended up doing like 6 semesters and mostly doing jazz and composition and arranging. And and then I moved to Germany and was in Europe for 13 years playing in various formations. And then in 2001, I moved to New York City. And then I got my master's degree at the City College of New York, where I just happened to have an incredible number of professors, including John Patitucci, and
Adam Rogers too. You studied a little bit with Adam.
Yeah, I studied with Adam Rogers. I studied with Ben Monder.
Nice.
I studied with Paul Ballenbeck and Jonathan Kreisberg. Hopefully, some of it rubbed off. I'm not sure, but
sure, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, how's that transition been? I mean, you've been all over the place. You've going from Germany and then moving to the United States and finishing school there and all that. I mean, how has that, impacted your life and taught you a lot of things about just the industry and other things, traveling,
Well, that's a big question because there's a lot of stuff in there. How did it impact I would like to think I'm a more worldly person. I've been and lived in different cultures. I've worked with and interacted with people from all over the world. That was fantastic. I learned a few languages. I speak fluent German. I speak Italian, French. I'm working on my Spanish. Duolingo's great, by the way.
It is good.
I'm almost at day 100. So, all right. I'm reading a book in Spanish.
No, that's great. I just want one more thing I want to ask. I know you've had this big band for a while, right? Under your name, and you've done some gigs and recordings with the band. Is there anything we can check out that's new or in the past that we should listen to for your big band?
Well, there's this stuff. I put out 2 albums. One was a big band live thing I did in Germany with mostly German musicians. I think it's called Big Band Live. I can't even remember the name. And the other is called Transplants, which I made in New York with some great musicians. Charlie Porter's on there, Tim Armacost, David Smith, a great trumpet player, Rachel Eckroth, fantastic piano player. And then since the pandemic hit, obviously everything shut down, and I was actually supposed to do a big band on my birthday, March 30th last year, at Open Stage Club. And then, of course, that didn't happen. I've been writing music. So what I have been doing is writing and making videos with doing virtual big band
stuff,
videos. And I've put a bunch of them up. Pete's on at least one. Jim's on, I think, 1 or 2. Lucas hasn't been on one yet, but
it's coming.
It could be coming, right. So, and I have a new one that's going to be coming out hopefully in the next week or so. I'm just trying to finish up the video part of it.
Great, man.
And that features the great Jim Rotundi. Tim Armacost is on that. Musicians from all over the world.
Great, man. That's the beauty of the virtual thing, man. So let's look out for Russ Spiegel's virtual things and just check him out. Check all his records out, man. We're really looking forward to hearing the rest of your set. Thanks for talking with us for a second.
Pleasure to be here,
Yeah, of course, of course. So what's you have up next? I don't want to pronounce this incorrectly, but what is it? Un homme et une femme.
Close, yeah. Un homme et une femme. And I might even be blowing it in the French pronunciation because that's not my strong point. However, the translation is a man and a woman. It's from the same movie. And it was a French movie in, I think, 1966, 1967. And it was a huge, huge hit. When you hear the song, you'll definitely recognize it. And Francis Lai, who is the composer, went on to have a huge career. And one of his major works, maybe some of our older audience would remember Love Story. And right? That's why I don't sing. And that won him a Grammy Award. And he had a great career. And then I think we'll go straight into our next tune after that.
Yeah, which is 26-2. Most people know by the great John Coltrane. And then you'll finish off with Sham Time, a Eddie Harris composition.
That is correct. And by the way, do you know why 26-2 is called 26-2?
You better tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those dumber stories in music. He never had a name for it, although it's actually a contrafact on confirmation.
Yes. Yeah.
But for whatever reason, John Coltrane never named this tune. And so it ended up just because it was the 26th take on the second day of recording.
Wow.
It's 26-2. Go figure.
Go. All right. The Russ Spiegel Organ Group. minutes. We got 2 minutes.